Hey everyone, Demon091 here. I am incredibly sorry. I forgot to do this last part of my top 30 darkest Disney villains, and, or Pixar villains or whatever, but it has been a long time since I've recorded a video. Mainly because it's been incredibly busy around here. So, without further ado, let's get on with this list. With the top four are darkest Disney Pixar villains. If you've seen my other two videos, you pretty much know what's going to happen. How, how I feel about this. Start off up from where I left off last time, and is Scar from The Lion King. Now, I put Scar up here at the very top because, unlike most Disney villains, he manages to kill a main character. Yes, Scar is one of those villains that actually manages to do the job. But afterwards, it's like, okay, where are you gonna go from here? Or, you know, there has to be like a fourth Lion King movie that explains everything before or the first movie, like how exactly did Scar get that scar over his eye? And was he banished from Pride Rock? Like, why is he with hyenas? That kind of thing kind of needs to be explained. Hopefully, with the live action adaptation of this movie is coming out, I believe, next year, or don't quote me on that, it might explain a few things. But I put Scar up here mainly because of the fact we all know he managed to kill Mufasa, and with the aid of his hyenas, he pretty much took over the Pride Land and somehow turned it into a wasteland. And of course, there's that one scene we all remember. We may not really remember, or a way certain people do, but it's dark if you think about it historically. And after the events of The Lion King, and Scar's been mentioned numerous times afterwards. He's been and mentioned in the sequel, Ghost in Most Pride. He's been sort of mentioned in The Lion Guard, which I have not seen. I've only heard about, which actually sounds very interesting. In a TV series that's between the first and second movies. Kind of like the Lilo and Stitch movie trilogy. Hmm. Number 3, Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Now, Hans Christian Andersen was a little vague in how he described the Bewitch or Hag in an original story, but Disney made the Bewitch a very interesting design, and being like half human, half octopus. Interesting. And, and again, there really needs to be some backstory behind in this villain. Like, why is she a castaway into the darkest depths or darkest corners of the ocean, and where her only companions are eel? But I put Ursula on this list, and at number 3, kind of for a few reasons. One, she's a sorceress, and two, she makes these deals with the devil well, like scenarios with those who come to her, or to advice or guidance, like it's mentioned in the song Poor Unfortunate Souls. And as a 2.5 reason, if you're unable to keep your end of the bargain with her, she turns you into like one of these withered creepers. I have no idea what you call them, but they're kind of creepy as hell. Oh, later on in the movie, after Ariel gets her leg, they can start Ernst dating the prince a bit. And Ernst cheats, it's in a way, by making herself human, and in order to seduce the prince. Enough to a very controversial scene. And point a lot of people have been so eager to point out over the internet. Thank you, by the way, if you know what I mean. But after her plan and all of a sudden goes downhill, Ursula reveals her true self, snatches Ariel back into the ocean, and proceeds to take her back to her lair before her train tries to stop her. That is until Ursula brings up one little point. She signed a contract. Act Pops, you can't do shit. Except turn over the Triton. Triton. Sorry, I got those two things mixed up. And yeah, apparently in the contract, that's the loophole. Unless King Triton relinquishes his power to Ursula and takes Ariel's place, she will remain an accidental living decor in Ursula's cave. And after struggle and have control over the Triton, and Ursula manages to blast her henchmen to pieces. Angered by this, she becomes what I like to call the Kraken. And her death seems probably one, I don't know, the most grisliest moments I've ever seen in a Disney film. I mean, sure, Scar was eaten and by his own hyenas. Gaston fell from the top of the castle with a literal skull and crossbones in its eye. The Horned King literally torn apart, and as he's being sucked by the cauldron, Shan Yu gets blown up by fireworks. It works. In fact, many Disney villains get the most grisliest death I've ever seen. But Ursula actually gets impaled by a sunken ship, which she manages to bring up on her own by summoning a whirlpool. If you're going to be a big villain, remember there are some key tips. Rule 1, know your surroundings. If there's anything in your environment that could potentially kill you if you're, oh, I don't know, turn into a giant version of yourself, don't use your environment against you. Ooh. But like with Scar, Ursula has been mentioned a few times, and in the sequel, where we find out she actually has a sister. Now, for these next two entries, you pretty much saw it coming from a mile away, and you've been kind of anticipating them. But I want to point something out first on the number 2 spot. At, at number 2 from Sleeping Beauty is Maleficent. And I know what you're probably all going to start telling me in the comment section. Maleficent isn't technically a villain. She's an anti-hero. Yeah, you got me there. Because I actually saw the Maleficent movie, and that's true to a certain extent. In the original film, it was kind of vague on why Maleficent did what she did, and to Princess Aurora at the very beginning. But after seeing the live action and adaptation of Sleeping Beauty, I see the point. And Maleficent wasn't just snubbed for the sake of being snubbed. Apparently, the king was frightened of her, or after he had her wings cut off. Now, bear with me for a second here while I try to explain something. Maleficent didn't start out as a villain. She actually started out as kind of a good guy in a way. As she just a forest-dwelling fairy doing what she could and to keep her home secured. However, because of one person, that changed her entire look on life. And changed her from a protagonist, or I don't know what you would call it, neutral or something like that. That is what she was in the beginning. To flat-out antagonist. And I'll stop referencing the Maleficent movie. I'll just continue on with the Sleeping Beauty one. And we all know that little curse. On Aurora's 16th birthday, she'll come across the spindle of the spinning wheel, put her finger on it, and go to 100-year terrible slumber. Which is code for a coma. And when Aurora's all grown up, Maleficent sends her henchmen to look for her and kidnap her, or something like that. Yeah, but she ends up catching the prince anyway and drags him back to her castle, where she proceeds to tell him her most devious plan. He will be kept there for the next 100 years, and while the princess doesn't age a bit in her sleep, I don't know how that's possible, even with magic, but that he'll age to over 100 years. And when he does age, he will be set free. After the fairies help him escape from a dungeon and help him back to the castle, she throws all kinds of obstacles in his way. She has her husband and try and pull or boiling oil or whatever that stuff was on them. Fairies turn it into a rainbow. They try to crush him with rocks, throw him in the bubble. So that's when Maleficent and conjures up a forest of what I guess was supposed to be an impenetrable grove of thorns, which Maleficent proceeds to hack through with his sword. And you know that old saying, if you want something done right, you might as well do it yourself. Maleficent speeds her way into a castle. Oh, and summoning the powers of hell. Oh, she turns herself into a giant dragon. I remember seeing this movie when I was a kid, and I thought that the dragon design was amazing. But nowadays, it's like, oh, okay, I've kind of seen this one before somewhere. Uh, I don't know. I like the dragon design. Black skin, light purple underbelly, glowing green and yellow eyes, and breathing yellow and green fire. When she snaps after its jaws, it sounds like the crocodile from Peter Pan. And if you want to talk about grizzly villain deaths or defeats, Maleficent gets stabbed in the heart after the prince throws his sword at her. Now we come to number one. But before we go on to number one, as a little bit of a recap, uh, let's go over the other 29 and was the honorable mention. Let's start with the honorable mentions first because I kind of forgot right over time. Water from Monsters Inc., Doris from Meet the Robinsons, and Captain Hook from Peter Pan. Number 30, Evil Emperor Zurg. Number 29, Sykes. Number 28, The King of Hearts. Oops, not the King. Queen of Hearts. Sorry. Number 27, Doctor Facilier. 26, Percival C. McLeish. 25, Madame Medusa. 24, Shere Khan. And number 23, Chernabog. 22, Lady Tremaine. 21, Cruella de Vil. Number 20, The Evil Queen. Number 19, Vera. Number 18, Gaston and Clayton. Number 17, Hades. Number 16, Lotso. Number 15, Hopper. Number 14, Syndrome. Number 13, Assistant Mayor Bellwether. Number 12, Mother Gothel. Number 11, Governor Radcliffe. Number 10, Prince John. Number 9, Turbo or King Candy. I cannot talk today. Number 8, The Coachman. Number 7, Shan Yu. Number 6, The Horned King. Number 5, Jafar. Number 4, Scar. Number 3, Ursula. Number 2, Maleficent. Now for the number 1 spot, as soon as I say the name, you're all gonna somehow, tell me in the comment section, I saw this one coming, I saw that one coming. And, he's number 1 on almost every Disney villain list. Even his songs in the top 5 Disney villain list. I know. At number 1, it's Judge Claude Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. All I have to say is the song Hellfire is one of Disney's most controversial songs I've ever heard of. Then again, and I have never read the original story. And if they can remember about this movie, besides everything in it, was the villain itself. And you know these types of people. They do the most heinous things, and while in their mind they think they're doing good. Kind of like a certain politician, and right now, doesn't it? In fact, we know Frollo was a villain, and right off the bat, because within the first 5 minutes of the movie, he He kills a woman, attempts to drown on her infant child, and seals him away in the bell tower of Notre Dame, where he is forbidden to step foot out of. And throughout the entire movie, it's clear that Bro does not really care about Quasimodo. Because while Quasimodo is being tortured by the townspeople, he's just sitting there like this. As what pretty much says, I ain't helping you. And you're not worth being saved. And when someone actually does manage to save him, he flips out and sends the guards after her. Afterwards, it kind of spirals down from there until the climax of the movie where Frollo is waging war on Notre Dame. Another point is where he takes a sword with him to the top up in order to kill Esmeralda and Quasimodo. And there's that one moment in the movie where even I have to admit it's kind of dark, where he stands on the top of a gargoyle, sword earthquake like this, about to decapitate Esmeralda, when all of a sudden the gargoyle underneath him crumbles, falls up the church. He manages to get hold of it. It snarls in his face and sends them both plummeting into the moat pit and pool all below, which I guess is supposed to be symbolic of it being just cast down to hell. And there you have it, folks. Finally done with the top 3 darkest Disney and Pixar villains. I am sure I missed a bunch, but I'm just going to come out and admit right now. Oh, I haven't seen that many new Disney movies at all, or Disney shows for that matter, because I've been far too busy with other things. But to make it up pretty well. For my next video, I'll be doing something a little special. So, especially since I feel like the subject for my next video is one that kind of got me wondering one certain little question, and I'll bring it up in that one. The one thing I can say, however, is this. What is your deepest wish or desire? It's a Demon All Night 1, and signing off.